Treat people the way that you want to be treated. Except for in Call of Duty, you can talk shit, that's cool. I needed to be the black Ash Ketchum. It was my destiny to be the Negro Ketchum. But let's talk about why all white people look like spoiled milk when they take their clothes off.
Modern warning.
Step 1, get money. Step 2, repeat step 1. What up, YouTube? NWN here, aka Young Negro Ketchum in the Johto region flexing, and I know a lot of you have been waiting on this review. Many of you probably aren't even gonna buy this game on console regardless of what I say. You just want to know if the hype behind this game is real, because when there's hype, you know NWN is there to sniff it out and debunk it. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to disappoint you Nintendo haters, because Bayonetta 2 is the truth.
Sorry, Enzo. This is where I get off. Say hi to the wife and kids.
What? Wait, what? You're joking, right? I can't find this piece of shit! Ah! Those are damn nice things.
Story. Who reading a book? Bruh. What the hell is this game about? I don't know. And this is Bayonetta 2's biggest problem. I have no fucking clue what this game is about. I have never been so confused about a story in my life. And I understand that this was supposed to be satirical and goofy, but come on, son. I'm not saying it had to make total sense, but at bare minimum, I should be able to follow the story. All I can tell you is you play a witch named Bayonetta who encounters various evil entities throughout her travels that she has to fight. Why they're fighting? I don't know. The story is too busy being overly sexualized to make sense.
Butt ass naked.
Like, the opening scene has this bitch shopping with some random midget when aliens appear out of thin air. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, it's so bad. I was checking Twitter while the cutscenes played. I lost total interest, but thank God the gameplay is amazing.
Gameplay.
Bayonetta 2 is the most stylish game that I've played in years. The sheer scope of this game will have you wonder how the developers managed to pull this off on the underpowered Wii U. Bayonetta 2 does nothing that reinvents the action game genre, but instead provides the most polished action game that I've played in years, sprinkled with a sense of flair on top that no game can match. I'd compare Bayonetta to Uncharted 2 and 3, not because of the gameplay, but because Uncharted does nothing that reinvents the third-person action shooter, but it did provide the most polished third-person experience that you could find at that time. That's exactly what Bayonetta 2 is, a game clearly made with love and fun mechanics as its focus. This game is a skill-based beat-em-up similar to Ninja Gaiden or Devil May Cry. On the surface, it may look like a button masher, but in actuality, you have to memorize various combos to keep the ever-evolving enemies on their toes. This game rewards people with a good sense of timing. Time your dodge correctly, and you'll briefly slow down time so that you can execute a combo. There are tons of different upgrades to purchase, from combos to weapons to power-ups. You use rings as currency, and the game rewards you with more rings the better that you play. At the end of each fight, you get a grade and a certain amount of money, which encourages you to memorize those combos. And if you don't, you'll have a harder time later in the game when it gets really hard. And the game constantly changes scenery, so the environment never gets dull. The environments are large in scope too. I mean, one moment you're fighting on a train, the next on a jet plane, the next in a mech suit, the next underwater. It's just so much quality variety. The game is surprisingly gorgeous too. All it needed was some anti-aliasing, but let's talk about the boss fights. They are hands down the greatest boss fights that I've seen in the game in the last 5 years or so. Not only are they tough, but they are creative and frequent. It keeps you on your toes. The entire game is a satisfying challenge now that I think about it. Oh, and there's also an online co-op mode to test your skills with your friends. I forgot to mention that. Now, as far as the technical things go, the camera is excellent, and being a primarily PC gamer, I can tell you that the frame rate stayed a smooth 40 to 60 frames. I never encountered a glitch or a bug. I have nothing bad to say about the gameplay.
What I hated. No swag.
Didn't I say the story already? Quit asking me questions, damn.
Final verdict. Swag.
Bayonetta 2 is the definition of quality and polish. These developers took what they had and they put their best effort forward. This is what gaming is supposed to be, people. Fun, and it works out the box without a stupid day one patch, mandatory DLC, or going to a website just to learn a fucking story that's supposed to be on the disc in the first place. A lot of these companies have lost their way because of greed, and it's nice to see Nintendo make quality products still their focus. Final recommendation, pick this game up at full price. This should be in everyone's collection. If If you don't own a Wii U, Smash Bros is right around the corner. You got Xenoblade coming, Bayonetta 2 is dope. It might be time to look into adopting a Wii U, folks. So that's my thoughts on Bayonetta 2. Leave a comment below on what you thought about this review in the game if you played it. And when you're done, make sure to check out MonoWindigo.com. We post the latest gaming news, previews, reviews, anime, comics, and music. It's your one-stop shop for all things geek. We also have a Steam group if you like the game with me and the Illuminati. Link to all that bullshit in the description box below. Thank you guys for watching, but my city needs me.